Hi Virgo, welcome to your bi-weekly and happy birthday to those early Virgos, which is going to happen after the 23rd, and just about that time your monthly is going to be ready, and it's a big one, so check it out. So let's see what's happening in this period. Religious factors. Well, this is not necessarily religion. This can talk about common interests, groups you belong to, possibly the place of employment, and of course the church you attend to, or simply like the same sets of rules that possibly you have in common with the other people. Interestingly enough, you have the Judgment reversed, and Judgment reversed talks about, again, religion, and again certain things coming from the past resurfacing, and something that maybe you kind of like took a shortcut. Somebody's going to point out to you it's about some contract, or it's about some love union, it's about soulmate. And be careful, you're going to be called on to something that, somebody didn't like how you did. Okay, so let's see what is happening this month. This 2 weeks. Eight of Swords. You're feeling stuck. You're feeling that you really have to figure out how to get out of some things, some thoughts, some issues. Like you feel that everybody is out there to get you. There is like certain fear about it. There is a feeling of not knowing how to generate your power, how to kind of like get out of the situation. And there are like few unlucky kind of like events that maybe kind of make you do that, and that basically Judgment reverse, which is a karma card, and this is my karma card. I kind of like designated 4 cards that to me kind of speak very much. And so something is happening. I'm wondering if this is because of the solar basically eclipse that is happening. We all are going to work differently under that kind of like weird occurrence. So the Magician, like the 10, and then it's going to 1. The 1 phase is ending, and it looks like to me that maybe you're coming out of a negative cycle, because the Magician goes, yay, it's a new fresh start. It's almost like a fresh school year, like everything is open. Now you can kind of like reset, start all over again. There were some kind of messages or love communications, something maybe you waited and it didn't happen. It has kind of like, it's still kind of like weighing really heavily on your mind, and you're just really wondering how to go about that. So now you have the 2 8s, which is kind of really important for the solar eclipse. And well, this is you, Virgo. Like, I mean, of course you really are really good in digging inside of yourself. This is really talking about looking for your own star, and kind of looking like this is literally a solar eclipse here that we are talking about. Everything is dark other than this little spot is going to become light. So kind of like you have to figure out for yourself what you want, and it's the answer that only you can give to yourself, not the popular answer, not the answer that you're being told by the others, but the answer that comes to you when you're alone in the room and you turn everything off, and you literally kind of have to figure out, okay, are you doing things for the right reasons, or are you with someone for the right reasons, or do you want somebody for the right reasons? 6 of Cups reversed is telling me that there is like still something from the past, and I know it's because of this card here as well, right? That there is something resurfacing, but like you're feeling very connected to some events. This could also kind of like be issue with you not being able to let go. Like on one hand maybe you feel like nothing is moving forward. On the other hand, like you're living maybe even the fantasy that something new will be created. It could be almost an illusion, because look, you have a 1, you have 9 over there, and 10. So, right? You're stepping on a pedal all the way, but you're really not knowing where you are going, and you didn't check everything in front of you, right? Because like, look, it's actually dark. So don't jump the gun. Like, that's what I would say. But I can see certain things are culminating, and they'll culminate in the first week, and the second week, wow, you have another 8, and this one is also reversed. So something sloppy, somebody sloppy. Maybe you're feeling, you see, this is in the upright situation a builder card. It is kind of like putting kind of value on a detail, and this is basically who you are, kind of like really paying attention to the small things that kind of create this big kind of thing. But here it's in the reverse. Maybe you're feeling that certain things cannot be built. Maybe you're feeling that you don't want to build. There is like in your environment juggling. This could be life, because like pentacles are talking about you, right? And then I have the hermit, which is basically representing your sign and wiseness and kind of like digging deep. This can really try to figure out how to balance your life. Maybe you are a little bit out of balance, especially if you're feeling unlucky. That probably should be a saying to you that you have to balance yourself out, because this is really karmic period, and it's asking you to be as much in balance as you can, and that way you're actually not going to feel turbulence too much. And check it out. This is another 8, guys. 17, 1 and 7 is 8. Do you know 8 is, well, and then you see the 8 over here as well. It's that infinite motive over here that I see everywhere. You know, this is starting to tell me that maybe you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and you're expecting different results. You're kind of still living in the past to some extent. You're maybe fearful to go forward. Maybe you are overthinking, but certainly healing is taking place. You see how you had a star over here in the dark? Well, now this is a big bright star that is appearing. It's a big stretch. Healing is taking place. Like you're able to open up to other people. So here it is like feeling constrained, feeling inside, and this is kind of opening up. So it is really good energy coming over. You still are not jumping into, like you see, this is 8 reverse and this is 9 reverse, so you're kind of moving super slow with kind of like very earthy energy, but you're still kind of like not seeing the big reasoning in things. You are kind of like hoping and trusting, which is great. Religious factors means like you're spending time meditating, you're spending time, you know, kind of like balancing, maybe exercising, kind of watching your stuff, because religiously watching your diet, you have that expression as well. But at the same time, there are still things that are pulling you back, right? Because look, we have 9s and we have 8s, which means that things are coming to an end. Things are culminating, and in this period I have a feeling they're just about to be wrapped up. You're actually going to get a peek and what basically and where you want to go. But this is a biggie that you got the star over here. My favorite card, definitely hope, love, looking big ideas. But this here means that something from the past is going to come back. You may have done something bad, and you may have done it just like as a knee-jerk reaction, but nonetheless it's going to now come back, because this is your karma. It is our karma, how we react to things. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10, guys. And plus you have religious factors, which is kind of like heavy duty oracle card. So I'm going to clarify a few things over here with the Gypsy deck, and to see where we go from there. So first of all, I want to see why is this kind of displeasure of your own work, I would say, or of your own progress. So what is this? Yeah, there is some kind of sadness. Are you dealing with your self-image, guys, by any chance? Are you feeling like that somebody kind of like took a piece of you, and you kind of like feel that you need to repair it, because you got a sorrow and haughtiness. And sorrow, of course, is like that introverted feeling where you're still kind of like trying to figure out what's going on inside. Let me get one more. But haughtiness is like a really resurrection. It is really kind of like getting out of it. Maybe sorrow could also mean, okay, well, things have not worked out, and maybe there is a mourning period that has to happen. But this, even though that's a peacock, let's think of this peacock as a phoenix, that something is going to spread these beautiful kind of things and refly. And because I don't know, somehow that came to my mind. I don't think that 18th century Italy knew anything about the phoenix, even though these cards have been done for the aristocratic clientele, and they were like well educated. That's why the mythology is used in those cards. So faithfulness. Be true to yourself, guys. Be true to yourself, to some kind of like decisions that you're going to make. So, okay, let me see, what is this Hermit? Does it mean that you're finding yourself here, or what? I think this Hermit here. Child. And guess what? Child also takes 9 months to deliver. This can also be that you are revisiting some ideas, you're revisiting some projects. It also can mean that something new is happening. And this is also something from the past coming, but this is kind of like bad, and this is actually good. Let me actually see, what is this going to be? What will you be called upon? Okay, this one's want to go out, and this one going to be some communication. It could be a legal thing, because the priest, keep in mind religious factors, it's now could be meaning, actually also means lawyer in this deck. Could it be a bad judgment, that you're getting a judgment that kind of like really didn't work in your favor? Could it be that somebody's like, yeah, I think it's marriage, I think you're getting out of marriage, or somebody's getting out of marriage? Okay, let me give me one more card over here. I want to see, what is this Hermit all about? One more card for clarification of that Hermit. Okay. Servant. I think, you guys, just as I said, I see this motive of 8 doing the same things over and over again. Results didn't pan out. So now it looks like you are going to kind of do maybe things differently. You're going to figure out, you're not going to shed everything. You're going to figure out which things did work, which things didn't work, and go with it. What else do I need to... Yeah, let's see this like last thing, because this is kind of like feeling comfortable on your 2 feet, like not completely stable, because like I guess you still have to figure out these few elements. Actually, no, I want to see this 8 of Swords. What is this fear about? Why is this fear? Is that like because there is a pressure of some kind of decisions? It could be, you know, like, I mean, this also could be that people are bothering you, asking you about your ex, kind of poking in around. But it could be literally that there is like, I mean, breakup and even divorce, actually, because the prison card, getting out of prison, could literally mean getting out of marriage combined with a priest. So what is this 8 of Swords here for Virgo? 8 of Swords. Well, inactivity and fear, it says, is going to be fortunate. Like this is kind of like not lucky, fortunate. Looks like it's going to be lots of twist of fate over here. You know, sometimes when you don't act, sometimes it actually turns out to work in your favor. So I don't know, maybe something like this is going to happen. Let me ask one more card here. 2 more. Wow. I think this is what it is. You actually maybe had the issue with somebody who actually didn't reply or didn't communicate with you properly, and there was a jealousy, there was like sadness, there was sorrow. You may have been even like, I mean, in bed for a few days, but believe it or not, the worst is over, it seems. And you might even kind of like one day count your lucky stars that you're not with this person, almost like it has to be interpreted this way. So what is the Magician? What kind of like new beginning is that you will plan? Look. the widower and wife. The widower still didn't kind of finish the mourning, or maybe just finished. So maybe this is talking about finishing a relationship, trying to kind of establish yourself with how do you kind of like find your new life, for those of you, or for those of you who didn't have a breakup. It looks like, you know, maybe you're going to meet somebody who is a widower. That can be like a literal kind of explanation, or it could mean that you will, again, it could be pregnancy, wife and a child going on here, but it could mean kind of reestablishing yourself, how to function in this like new kind of like singlehood yourself. So actually now I want to see this Nine of Pentacles, because I think this is relating to it, because like you have this 1 9 and 1 9 here, waiting for something. Give me this Nine of Pentacles. So that's why it's maybe you're asking for a settlement. Maybe there is certain things you kind of like want to bury. You want to kind of like put things behind you. Yeah, you're going to get it. Like, I mean, early bird gets the worm. The patience is going to be really beneficial here. So yeah, I think you're ready to move on from the bad starts, and this is like all that is talking about, that you guys are moving on. Yes, you are. You're reaching the very last leftovers. Healing is taking place, and you got out of jail card. So Virgo, this is actually really good. So guys, please subscribe if you haven't been subscribed, like and share, and of course the most important are your comments, and I would love to see them. I read them all. And also join the Facebook, and there, like, I mean, I give a few things. I try to teach a little bit of tarot, and I try to send you Reiki energy. So hopefully I'll see you there as well. Love you guys. Have a wonderful 2 weeks, and keep an eye in about a week or so for your September forecast. Okay, love you. Bye. Well, thank you for watching, and please remember to join my Facebook as well, where you can get different tips and possibly healing as well on daily basis. Thanks again. Until the next time, love you.